Now let's talk about knitting. So once you have everything set up and now you want to produce a report, right? So you want all the text and the code chunks to be executed and all the results displayed. Now you need to be able to save it. I'm going to ask you to save your work. When you produce a report, I want you to produce a report in the PDF format. Okay. There are two ways in which you can do this. Okay. One is it has a couple of steps to do, and that is you create an HTML knitted file, and then you print it as a PDF. Okay. Knit HTML. Okay. So now you have this knitted file, right? Now you click this, open in browser. Okay, so now it goes into the browser, right? So now you can print it. Okay, to print, just right click and print. And select save as PDF. Save, and you have a PDF of the file. Okay? Now, so that's one way of creating the PDF file. Okay? You knit to HTML. Okay? Open in browser, and then right click and print. Okay? If you do save as, it'll save the HTML file. You don't want that. You want to print this as a PDF. So you need to go print and then select save as PDF and click save and give a file name and you have it. Okay. Or you can directly generate PDF files, but so that will be just one step. You just click PDF and go. Now that means that you have to install what is called TinyText package for your installation, for your instance. Okay. So first you have to, okay, so there it is. First you have to, okay, so this is the part I'm talking about. Okay. You have to install this TinyText library. Okay. And you do that by going to packages, right? Then install, and you type TinyText, right? Packages, install, and then as you type TinyText, the packages that match that pattern will appear, and you select TinyText, okay, and install that. Okay, so it's going to go through the installation, and then it's good, right? And then the next step is to install, run install underscore TinyText. So that will be, if you start typing tiny, okay, so then you get that, right? And then, so press the tab key, so that gets selected, and then TinyText, oh no, you start with install TinyText. You run that. Okay. So it's going to go through that, and once that is done, then it will generate your PDF directly. Okay, you have to be very careful with two things. That is, well, actually one thing, the image. If you have any image, okay, so that's the last thing it will do. I think it's almost done. You need to get the greater than sign back. Okay, so it's back now. So you should get this message. Then you're good. So what I was saying was that if the path, if the image, if you have any images inserted, and if there is if the image file is not there in the path, your NIT will fail. You won't get, you'll just stop. It will give you an error. So now I have, if you NIT to PDF, okay, and all, okay, there it is. Now it'll automatically save the PDF file in the default folder. Okay. Now if you have a previous version of the PDF open in a PDF reader, and that file name will be locked as a read-only file, and again the NIT will fail because it's trying to save on top of. It's going to, when you NIT, it's going to save the file, and when it saves the file, and if you have it same name, if you have it open in PDF reader, it's locked, so you can't save, and it'll just bomb on you. Okay, so you have to be careful when you create PDF NIT directly. Okay?